It was officially time to load up the trailer and give it a good test run for all the systems this past weekend. But before we took off, we did make sure all of the lights were working and then flipped on the little switch I added right here for the water pump and checked to make sure the water was working. Once the air bubbles got out, we got a little spray on us because we didn't realize this little sprayer was clicked on, and then went to the bathroom and checked the bathroom faucet and realized these handles were installed backwards, but that's a quick fix. So then moved on to the toilet, made sure there was no leaks there, and the final test was for the shower, and look at the nasty grime that came out of there. It looked like a scene straight out of Carrie. No worries though, once we ran it for a few minutes, it was running clean, and this just goes to show how old these little vintage trailers really are. So then when we thought everything was looking good, we had a little P-trap issue underneath the trailer, and once it was getting heated up to get removed, it burnt through my epoxy shower floor. Luckily, this pan was made of steel, and so really it was just the epoxy that bubbled up, so I sanded it down, recoated the epoxy, and we were good to go. And then it was finally time for me to face the bedroom, and I did. Really, all that was left to do in here was the bedding, but it was giving me the hardest time. After I cut the mattress to the right size, this is the correct mattress protector that I had been waiting on getting here because that was going to hold the cut mattress all together. Then I ended up using some full-size sheets that I had on hand with these little suspender things that allows it to fit a 3/4 RV full. Once I got that all attached, I then got it in place and started in with the multiple layers of bedding. I justified using so many fluffy layers and pillows because that way when I made my kids their pull-out bed on the couch, I could just steal some blankets and pillows for them so that we didn't have to store them somewhere else. It was worth the wait because I love how it ended up turning out. A little bit of girly, super soft and cozy. And then we went on to getting this trailer ready to go camping. So we went back into the kitchen. I added these non-adhesive grip liners to all of the cabinet doors. Then once all those were stocked, I went and got this inexpensive shoe organizer that goes behind a door. I cut off one strip because it needed to be narrower because these doors are tiny. And then I attached it to the inside of our utility closet. And this was going to act as the packing system for my two young boys, where each pocket held an outfit for them each day so that it was easy for them to grab. And it gave us a ton of extra storage. I will say that this system actually worked out really great and we used it the entire weekend. Next, let me show you how this front couch works. I built a surround and back ledge the way I did so that I wouldn't have to move the couch to be able to fold it down, and it would still act as a perfect size bed for my two boys. In the morning, I just pop up the back cushions and then it turns back into a sitting area. These are super lightweight and it's one of my favorite things to put in the fronts of these vintage campers because they're multi-purpose and they look super cute. Also, I finally did get this front glass slat ordered correctly and replaced that. And then can you believe it? I think we were actually ready to head off to the campsite. I was so stoked to test this out and make sure everything worked appropriately, and I will definitely report back on how everything went. But for now, here we are hooking up for our test run weekend, and we will report back on how everything went. So keep following along and cheers to another finished project. Or is it?